Well, hello everybody out there. Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber. Thanks for stopping by, whether you're on now or whether you watch later. And it is the last Sunday of the month of June. Another month has gone flying by. And as scheduled, today's broadcast is going to be the end of month report, which will include I'll review the activities in June. I'll talk about July. I'll talk about my favorite sports things. I'll talk about me. But this is also a question and answer. So, if you have anything that you want to bring up, please do. Just put it down there in the remarks section. We'll talk about it. Don't worry about interrupting me. I'll get back on track somehow. But it's always nice to have people showing up and giving a little bit of a chat. So anyway, as of this morning, there are 1,210 subscribers on the channel. Channel's still growing slowly, but it's up 12 in the last 28 days, so it's not dying. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Thank you very much for stopping by. If you missed it, if you have anything you want to bring up, just shoot it out there. Don't worry about me giving the report and interrupting me. I'll get back to wherever I am. I hope you are all having a nice Sunday. Like I said, we're up 12 in the last 28 days, and I appreciate all my subscribers, brand new ones and ones from way back in when I first started this channel. It seems like way back, but I guess it was 2020 when I forgot it going during COVID. But before we get started now on the report, everybody go down there and hit that like button. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to help the channel grow. Comments and remarks, greatly appreciated. And the channel's open for membership. All right, June. As counting this video right here, there have been 24 published this month. There have been about 20, but I pumped out a couple over this last weekend by spur of the moment things. And so 20, I'm down from what I used to do. I used to be pushing to 28, 29. That's because I've had a little philosophy change on what games I'm playing and so forth like that. I had 4 live broadcasts in June, counting this one. This is the end of month report. Did a talking about 17, where we had a nice participation talk on that one. And then, as you probably saw the weekend, I did one I called "I'm Done with Jerseys." It just says I'm done, but it's actually about sports jerseys. And I did one on the Buffalo Sabres in the draft that happened Friday and Saturday in the NHL. PC games. I did how many? Only 2. I did 2 with Tower Simulator 3. I did 1 with Euro Truck Simulator. This is the first month in a long time I didn't do any American Truck Simulator. I got to get back and doing that one. That was the first one I used to do. And then I did one new one. I guess I'll call it new because it's been so long. I played the second round of the Detroit Open using Action PC Golf. It was a lot of fun. I was playing Webb Simpson and Jason Day. At the end of the second round, Jason Day didn't make the cut, so he'll be gone. I'm going to I'll continue the third round, and I'm still playing Webb Simpson. Got 4 people watching out there. Appreciate everybody stopping by for a little while and listening, chatting. Bring up your comments if you have any questions. All right. I did 4 videos again on what I call spinning, which is the Saturday videos where I talk about the vinyl albums and music CDs that I listened to during the week, talk a little bit, show the media, talk a little bit about each one. I'm not an expert at that. A lot of the stuff I have to look up, but if somebody might find it interesting, and some of the stuff I find interesting because I learned doing that. So check it out. Tell your music friends about it. Okay, and then sports board games in the month of June. I played. I only did 1 APA, the 1961 replay that I've been doing for several seasons and several years now, I think. I did a Hockey Bones one. There's one more Hockey Bones going to be coming before that goes away for a little while anyway. And it's the 1992-1993 playoffs is the project on that one. I did 1 or 2 season ticket baseball games, and I did the 1955 Championship Series games 3 and 4. Check it out. That was exciting. And then I did a new game to the collection that I picked up this month. It's Red Ice Hockey. I did an unboxing. and I did one game. Hi, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know if you got any other questions. I did one game. I didn't play the game correctly, and I got all confused on it. But John Turnbull, the designer, has gone through a lot of effort, and he worked with Dave Gardner, and they fixed up some of the rules, and I can play it now. And so I have started a project in that with that game called, and it's the 2024-2025 Buffalo Sabres replay. Plays real fast. Check it out. If you want more information on Red Ice Hockey, it's on Facebook. They got a Facebook page, and it's under Powder Blue Sports on the internet. Pretty good game. A lot of dice. If you like dice checking, you like that one out. And then I did play some shootout hockey. There's one more on shootout hockey coming before it shuts down for a while too. Why I shut down is like basketball. When the major team season is finished in real life, I kind of wind them down. So there will be a hockey game. There will be a basketball game during the off seasons, but not as much as what I normally pump out. So it'll be more baseball. Football's coming. They're going to be football. We're going to have some golf and some fun stuff. All right. War games during the month that I did videos on. I did 3 videos on D-Day at Omaha Beach, and I did it on June 6th, the anniversary of D-Day. And that is such a challenge, such a hard game. I had a catastrophic loss. I think it was the 27th or the 29th. And so that's 3 years in a row I've had I can't make it in there without getting that catastrophic loss, but I'll try it again next June. Next one that I have made by John Butterfield. The next one I have, which is also very hard, is D-Day at Tarawa. I'll be doing that in November. I'll watch for that one to come up in November, and that's pretty tough. And I also did a demo of a Kickstarter game that I got, Purple Haze, where it's a soloed. You're controlling a 6 Marines, and you go on these different missions, and there's a lot of stuff. It's a pretty cool game. Check it out. I don't know if I did a very good job with that demo video on it, but it's out there. Give you an idea. Plus, there's a lot of other good videos out there on Purple Haze. Then, let's see what I did. Board games. I did do a solo playthrough of Dune Imperium. I hadn't played that for years, and that one's up on the channel too. And that is really a good game. And it's been out for quite a while now, and it's still rated very, very high on Board Game Geek. So if you're looking for one that you can play solo on, or you can play 1 to 4 characters or people, check that one out. Really, really good. Recommended. All right. Still requests. I still have 2 requests working. The one is that Top War Games. I never got around to doing part number 6 in June. I will get it out in July, so I can get that one off the slate. And the other one is one of our subscribers asked me to do a video, and it was one of the music guys that wants me to show you where I store my music and what equipment I play my music on. And I'm going to do that too. I just never got around to it this month. Seems like a lot of things got in my way in June. So if you'd like me to consider doing something out on the channel, let me know. I'll take a look at it. Even if it's going to cost me money, if I can do it, I'll do it. If not, if I don't have much interest or else it's too complicated, I won't. The only one that I've been asked and I've never done is Status Pro Football. I tried it. I just found it too hard solo, and it'll be a nightmare to record. So I never did that one. That's the only one I turned down. My personal gaming outside of what I put up on the channel, Superstar Baseball. Yes, season 26 is underway. We're 7 or 8 games into the season with 5 owners and 20 teams. And 3 of my teams are doing okay. Detroit started 0-3, and now they're 4-3, so they're on a roll. Atlanta, the defending champions, is doing well. They're in first place. Pittsburgh is in first place. But my Boston, who did not make the playoffs last year in season 25, I started off really bad again. I got to work on building them up a little bit. And what else? I did the Purple Haze, pretty out there. I did beside doing Imperium and playing solo, that I did do it a 2-player game. My grandson came over and we played a 2-player game. He played it years ago too, but he hadn't. Then we had a good time, and of course he beat me like always, but that's okay. And one thing I started a couple of weeks ago, I got back into doing, I haven't done in a long time, is actually playing the Xbox. I've been an Xbox fan since the very first Xbox that came out, and I have owned every single rendition of it all the way up to even to the current one. So I started playing a little bit of Forza 7 and Destiny 2. Forza 7. Forza's always been one of my favorite racing games. Let me see what we got here. Wait. You can play board games with other people? Yeah, when my grandson comes over, I can do that, Phoenix. Yeah. And that he doesn't come over all that often. He used to come over a lot more, but now that he's getting older, you know how it is, and girlfriends and work and college. And so he was over and we got to play it. Yeah, we did. I did get to play one. The Superstar Baseball, I get to play with people every week because we have people locally that come over to the game every Wednesday to the house. And then we have one of our owners is in Phoenix, and we use Discord with the cameras. He has his cards and dice, and we have the cards and dice, and we play that way. So I do get to play that. But as far as regular board games, not very much anymore. All right. So what's on the table working right now? I got the one that I wanted to play for a long time, but I haven't. And I got it on the table now, and it's Dawn of the Zeds. This is a highly rated solo game, and I like it. And it can be very intimidating when you first open up the box. So there's like 6 or 7 rule books in it, but it built you up. I'm playing the basic game right now. I'm just learning the basic game. I'm going to do a demo on the channel this month of Dawn of the Zeds. But you can play the basic game, and then you can build it up to level 1, level 2, level 3, all the way up to 6 levels, where you got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But I'm enjoying the basic game at this point in time. I've played it twice, lost both times. The Zeds got into the town, took me out. But it's fun. It's fun. And I got hockey bones on the table and red ice hockey on the table, and they'll be winding. Both of those are going to be getting another video, and then they'll be winding down much. 6 or 7 rule books in one box. Sounds like one way too much for me. Yes, but you don't have to read all of the rule books. Like there's one rule book that tells you the setup for each level. And then there's a rule book that tells you just the rules for the level you're playing, which makes it pretty nice. It's broke out pretty nice. When I first bought the game, I bought it at a flea market at the Tempe at the convention, at the ComSyn convention. When I first opened it up, I go, "Oh man, this is crazy!" But when I understand, it's really good. And it's by a really great war game designer, Herman Lutman. That was his baby back then. And so, and if you're into the Civil War games that he's done, he's quite the designer. And he did another one. It's on GMT. I didn't pick it up yet, and it's called Plum Island Horror. That was one that he did just last year. That's outside of the U.S. Civil War arena. Yeah. So when I put the video out, I'll show you what I mean by the rule book. So I'll do a demo of the basic game, and then I'll show everybody the rule books in that. But there's some other really good ones out there. Trying to remember who the guy was that I was watching to learn, because I always watch videos while I'm reading the rules to learn things, because I make mistakes. Okay, and I got hockey, like I said, hockey bones and red ice hockey on the table, finishing up them for the season. July, what do I got looking forward to in July? Okay. Well, talking about 18, as it goes swimming down there, will be on the 13th of July at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then the end of the month, Q&A will be on the 27th. I am really looking forward to going up to Vegas in July for the APA Baseball Championship Tournament that goes on there every year. I've been going up there since 2019, except for 1 year in COVID. And have fun. I've met a lot of nice guys up there, and we play 12. You play 12 games, and then the top 8 teams make it into the playoffs, and then the playoffs are the last day, and then get a winner. And I commonly call myself the last loser up there because I've come in second place twice, which means I lost the last game of the tournament. Right. But that's a lot of fun. Met some great guys up there. You know, when I first wanted to go, I'm not a real great APA and I don't have the book learned. But when I first wanted to go to tournaments, I was a little bit apprehensive. But when I got to find out how great the guys are and how patient they are with newbies, and that, it made me feel real comfortable. We used to have one in Southern California too, but that one closed up shop. So that's coming in July. I'm taking the 1961 Detroit Tigers up there. First time I'm taking them up there. What happens every year is the director gives you a guidance on what teams can play. So, for example, from between 1950 and 1980, with a winning percentage being between 600 and 675, something like that. Then you have to go find your teams and bring it up. But I jumped on the 61 Tigers the first day he posted it because I happen to have them and I'm a little bit familiar with them. So I hope they bring me some luck. All right. What else I got going? The War Game Project is going to close up. I'm going to do number 6. It's going to be a short presentation. I think 4 or 5 games. Most of them are not going to be the solo ones. They're going to be multiplayer games that I have played with other people. War board games. Unboxings will continue as stuff comes in. First looks will continue if I pull stuff off the shelf that's still in shrink. PC games, American Truck Simulator continue, Euro Truck Simulator, Tower Simulator 3, Action PC Golf, and Out of the Park Baseball. I didn't do any of them, any Out of the Park in June either. I got to get that one done. I'm getting closer to the end of the season. I only record every 10th game in that one. And then I'll be doing the vinyl and the CD shows again on Saturdays. Okay, and then we're going to be doing more sports games. Like I already said, hockey and basketball is slowed down. So I'm finishing up the 1961 World Series that I'm doing on Back to Basics baseball. I'll be breaking payoff pitch out for the first time in a long time. I'll continue on with the Fall Classic Baseball 1956 Yankee replay I got going on. I got, of course, APA Baseball, the 61 Detroit replay I got going on. And then I got History Maker Golf listed on there. Maybe some other stuff, but I'm not sure. And then, like I say, solo multiplayer demos in the month. Dawn of the Zeds is in for sure. And I am thinking about either Legendary Marvel or Stranger Things played and demoed on the channel for July, that is. Okay, don't forget, hit that bell down there when you get notified when I push anything out. Again, don't hesitate to ask me to do if you'd like me to do something. All right, I'm going to talk about my sports teams now. Anybody got any comments? Go ahead and put them down there. Any questions? Put them in there. Detroit Tigers, as of yesterday, they're 52-32, first place in the American League Central. They're doing real good. Their starting pitchers starting to take their rotations taking a hit with injuries, and I hope that they can hang on because last year in that big run they did at the end of the year was only Scooble was the only starting pitcher, and we had bullpen games every other when he wasn't pitching. But players are taking turns with providing the timely offense, and in the month of June, Riley Green just cranked it up with his hitting. Power and base hitting and RBIs. It's good to see him. He's been overdue. Not overdue. I can't say overdue. It takes those young guys a while to get about that. Torque's still doing okay, but he slowed down quite a bit from what he did at the first month of the season. And, so the Tigers would just keep on pressing on, see how they do for the end of the season. Buffalo Bills, I still don't have anything to speak about with them. I haven't been following the news on them at all. If you want to see some stuff on the Bills more recently, check out Nickel City Mafia. My son Mike runs that one. They do a lot on the Buffalo Bills. Okay, and then the Boston Celtics. We went out last month. They went out in the second round. The biggest issue was Jason Tatum with the Achilles tear. He's going to be out probably I would bet he wouldn't be back at all next season. So, everybody knew what was going to happen with Boston in the offseason because their salaries are so high. The NBA has different levels of luxury tax bills that you get. And they were already up into the second tier. And so they traded just Christian Porzingis, they traded Drew Holiday to get rid of some of that. Just with trading those two guys, it saved the Celtics $180 million fine in the two. It got them out of level 2. Now they're in level 1. I don't know how far they got to go. I'm not totally familiar with everything in those levels, but that's kind of crazy. So there's going to be more, and they got to sign other guys to get, they don't have no centers signed. And for me, I would find it highly, unless something strange happens. I know they're still going to have Jaylen Brown, and they're going to have Derek White, and they're going to have the other kid, Pritchard. But I'd be totally shocked if they make the playoffs next year. So any kind of wins will make me happy. And then the Sabres, we started. I did one on the Sabres in the NHL draft over the weekend, and they started making moves. J.J. Peterka has been traded. Connor Clifton's been traded, and they got guys in for them, not only for draft picks, but guys in to play. So that made me happy that he just wasn't trading people away for draft picks, because draft picks, you draft a kid, unless he's like the number 1, 2, or I'd even say 3 or 4, you ain't going to see them for a couple of years. So they got some in there. J.J. Peterka was one of those jerseys that I had that I'm not collecting jerseys anymore because of what's going on with my jersey collection. And honestly, I'm glad he's gone. Going into that, I watched about 25 mock drafts, and one guy showed up on 6 of them, and I listed how many on 6 of the mock drafts for Buffalo, and that's the guy they took. His name is Madam Mertka, or Radom Mertka, I guess you would call him. Big guy, big young man, 6'6", 220 pounds, right-handed shot, which is kind of hard to find in the NHL. That'll help them out. But I don't know if he'll make the team this year. Maybe in 1 year in the AHL to get him some season and then get him back up here. So anyway, free agency in the NHL starts on Tuesday, July 1st, and the Sabres have work to do. They still have 6 guys that are RFAs. They got to get them signed, or they're going to go to arbitration. And if they do go to arbitration, then I want you to trade them, because once they go to arbitration, I think the friendship of the guy in the team is over, because the guy's in there trying to tell this arbitrator how good he is and why he should get this kind of money. And the owners are in there saying why he's not that good and shouldn't get that kind of money. So friendship is kind of over at that point in time. Arbitration, say goodbye. Okay. How have I been doing? I've been doing okay. I've been doing all right. I'm still reading a lot. I read just about every day. My current book that I'm reading right now is Killing Patton by Bill O'Reilly. I don't know if anybody's ever read any Bill O'Reilly's killing books, but he puts a lot of history into it to believe that, General Patton was killed. But I'm not done reading it. I knew about this conspiracy theory or thought a long time before I ever read the book. But anyway, I'm reading that one right now. I'm still watching TV. I'm rewatching Stranger Things right now, watching the whole series over again. And yeah, Jeff, it is a great book. And this is not the first one that I have read by Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly is in a very studious, whatever you want to call him. He's an historian, so he does a lot of work in those books and puts them together in a nice tale. And I'm watching Stranger Things again. I'm on season 4 because I'm getting ready, because the final season starts in November 26th. If you're fans of Stranger Things. I'm looking around over here because I got something semi blocking the channel there. All right. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the trip to Vegas. We'll be going up on a Sunday and playing on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then we're coming back home on Wednesday, late Wednesday afternoon. And I'll let you know because there won't be much coming up. I might try to put something out up there, but in the past I've said I was going to do it, but I didn't. So I'm not going to guarantee that there. My hobbies keep me pretty busy, and they also keep my mind active. Did you say 6 or 7? I don't know what that means. And then the next one he's saying is don't know what that abbreviation's all about. And I thought the series was very good. The first year dropped off after that. Stranger Things, yeah, it dropped off a little bit, but I'm a horror fan, horror movie fan, horror and science fiction. So that part of it has kept me going in that. All right, like I said, my hobbies keep me busy, keep my mind active. Health wise, my back is doing a little bit better than it was the last time I reported on it. I'm not walking like I did last year and the year before, and that's something that I really want to work on getting back into doing again. The walking every other day to build the strength back up again. Now that it's not hurting, this be the time to do it. And I need to try to get back onto that. So that's about it. That's the update on me. And that's about an update on everything I was going to report on. Anybody got any things they want to chat about? Anybody have any questions? Wait a couple more minutes if you got anything you guys want to talk about. If I can think of anything I wanted to bring up. Yeah, we got a ways to go in Superstar Baseball. Joe, I don't remember the last time I read a sci-fi books, but I do. I love sci-fi TV and sci-fi movies, but and not. I don't remember a sci-fi book. If I was to read a sci-fi book, do you have a series or something? Would recommend somebody starting back in the reading on sci-fi books? I mean, I am a sci-fi fan. Yeah, also I need to get another war game going back out again. I haven't had that up for a month now since I did the Purple Haze one. I did Purple Haze. Yeah, and I did D-Day at Omaha Beach. David Weber. All right, I'm making myself a note right here so I don't forget. I normally, I would say the basis of my reading is the first time I've got several other Bill O'Reilly books, but this is the first one I've read in quite a while. But I like the Tom Clancy series, even after Tom passed away and the other guy started writing. I like that series. I like Webb Griffin and his series, David Baldacci and his different series. I go to those guys a lot. but I'm always in for picking up more. And then, of course, the when I'm doing the Civil War book, it's just depend on who I can find that covers a certain aspect of the war that I'm getting ready to play or learn about. Hey, Phoenix, if you're still on, I saw when you or when you received the box that had the stuff from DVG and it, I think it was Apache Leader you had, and also the B-17 Flying Fortress. Both of those games I have. I enjoy both of them. Also, I'm probably due to get one of those games back out again and get it going. I haven't been looked at your channel in the last few days, so have you played either one of those yet? Got a couple things that are supposedly going to be shipping in a couple of weeks. Want to get them off my list, and both of them are Kickstarters. One of them is the Stalker, which has been delayed because it was delayed by tariffs. Now, supposedly it's shipping in the U.S., but I haven't heard anything yet. Be my luck, I won't get it. And then the other one is the upgrade pack for edition, making this War of Mine, taking it up to edition 2. I really like that game. I have others on order, but those two are the newest ones to try to hopefully get off the list soon. Okay, if nobody wants to do any chatting, then please mark your calendars. Come around on July 13th for the talking about, because you can bring up any subjects that you want. As long as it's not politics or religion. And so we have a good chat. We had about 5 or 6 people in last month, and that was a good chat going on for out there. Thanks, Jeff, for stopping by. Joe and everybody, Phoenix and everybody that stopped by. Thank you very much. SoCal Saber saying, take care of yourselves out there. Be kind to each other and stay safe.